And here is the Writer's Almanac for Sunday. It's March the 6th, 2022. It's the birthday of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, the poet, born in Durham, England, 1806. It's the birthday of Michelangelo, born in the village of Caprese in Tuscany in 1475, whose first major work of art was the Pieta, a marble statue of the Madonna holding the dead Christ in her arms, two figures carved from a single block of marble. It's the birthday of the novelist who said, "What matters in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it." Gabriel García Márquez, born in Aracataca, Colombia, 1927, grew up with his maternal grandparents, the grandfather, a colonel, military hero, his grandmother, a wonderful storyteller. His grandfather told him stories of the revolution, and his grandmother told stories of ghosts and curses and magic. Garcia Marquez went to university, studied law, went to work as a journalist, writing stories on the side, and just before his 23rd birthday, he traveled back to Aracataca with his mother to help her sell his grandparents' house, and he was inspired by the town to create a fictional town named Macondo, the setting of his epic novel 100 Years of Solitude. In 1985 came his novel Love in the Time of Cholera. Marquez remembered with pleasure the years he was writing that book. He said, "I would get up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, listen to the news, read from 6 to 8, write from 8 till 1. By midday, my wife would go to the beach and wait for me with friends. After lunch, I had a little siesta, and when the sun started going down, I would go out on the street to look for places where my characters would go, to talk to people and pick up language and atmosphere." It's the birthday of the soldier Cyrano de Bergerac, born in Paris, 1619, famous in his day for his heroism on the battlefield and also his writing. Fought in several battles, survived a stab wound in the neck, studied astronomy, and wrote a satirical novel about traveling to the moon. And centuries later, became the subject of the play Cyrano de Bergerac by the French playwright Edmond Rostand, who had read a description of Cyrano that said that his nose was large, and that Cyrano had once written letters for a fellow soldier to help him court a lady. So Rostand invented a tragic love story in which Cyrano is forced to secretly write letters to Roxanne, the woman he loves, for a fellow soldier. Play was a huge hit in France. Audience loved it so much on opening night, the standing ovation lasted for a full hour. There were 40 bows at the curtain. Here's a poem for today, a sonnet by William Shakespeare, his sonnet number 73. That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves or none or few do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold, bare, ruined choirs where late the sweet birds sang. In me thou seest the twilight of such day as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death's second self that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed whereon it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well, which thou must leave ere long. Shakespeare's Sonnet 73, that time of year thou mayest in me behold. That's the Writer's Almanac for Sunday, March the 6th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.